September 11, 2001 is a day that will never be forgotten by Americans. That day, Americans realized we have a huge security issue. The terrorist attacks prompted drastic changes in our nation's attitude and concerns about public safety and vigilance. One of the biggest impacts was, of course, to air travel. 2 months after the terrorist attacks, Congress federalized airport security, introducing the Transportation Security Act and Transportation Security Administration, or TSA as we know it. TSA implemented several additional security measures which travelers are so familiar with. Some of the changes include stricter guidelines on passenger and luggage screening, only allowing ticketed passengers through security. Several procedures were introduced for scanning of weapons and destructive items. As new threats were discovered, new procedures were put in place, such as our favorite removal of shoes when going through security and banning of liquids on board aircraft. Changes also occurred on board the aircraft. They put locks on the flight deck doors. First class cabins have curtains to separate the first class cabin from the coach cabin. And pilots are allowed to take the federal flight deck officer training, which would allow them to carry loaded weapons on board the aircraft. With all these security measures in place, we all thought we had everything under control until 2:50 p.m. April 15, 2013. Two explosions went off at the finish line of the Boston Marathon, killing 3 people, injuring and maiming hundreds. This was a shock to our nation. It also taught us several valuable lessons. First of all, the best way to protect the United States from terrorism is to ensure a strong, vigilant, and capable domestic counterterrorism enterprise is in place. We must continue to stay aware of our surroundings. This is also why we implemented so many changes. We all must work together to stop these catastrophes from occurring. Let's bring this back to our fabulous city and the Chicago Cubs in the historic World Series. With this historic event in the city, several security measures were in place, which included having more than 1,000 officers, troopers, and federal agents in uniform and in regular attire, securing our city while the citizens enjoyed America's favorite pastime. Some examples of the security measures taken were placement of security checkpoints within 2 blocks of Wrigley Field, which included random bag checks, canine patrol, street closures, and restricted parking. They also announced several prohibited items not allowed near the stadium, which included drones, large bags, laser pointers, selfie sticks, and weapons of any kind, to name a few. The security measures taken were a huge success, and we had a chance to celebrate with no major incidents. Chicago also had medics on golf carts in the center of Wrigley Field, allowing medics to get to people in those large crowds that needed immediate medical attention. If the medics couldn't handle the emergency on scene, several ambulances were on standby, stationed outside the street closure areas, waiting for the golf cart medics to bring them patients to transport to the hospital. All these security measures taken were a huge success, and I want to be part of making those decisions. This is why I want to pursue a degree in public safety and security management.